Hi, my name is Cheryl, and I'm a children's specialist with the Carnegie Library of Pittsburgh. And I have some fun songs and stories for preschoolers today. So let's take a look at what we're going to do. We'll sing our hello song. We'll sing our zoom, zoom, zoom song. We'll read a story together. We'll sing another song together. We'll read another story. We'll do a fun feltboard rhyme. And then we'll sing goodbye. So let's get started with our hello song. So in our hello song, we are going to say hello loudly, quietly, high, low, quickly, and slowly, and then nicely. And while we sing, we will do 2 claps on our legs and 1 clap up here. Are you ready? Let's go. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as loudly as we can. Hello! Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as quietly as we can. Hello. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as high as we can. Hello! Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as low as we can. Hello. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as quickly as we can. Hello. Oh, so fast. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as slowly as we can. Hello. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as nicely as we can. Hello! And thank you so much for joining me for story time today, friends. And welcome back to my dining room. I was in the library for a little while doing story time from there. As you may have seen, I was there helping get everybody set up and going for our curbside pickup. If you would be interested in getting some physical books into your hands as the time of this filming, all of our locations are open for curbside pickup. You just call the location and request a pickup time and the books you would like, and they will bring them out to you outside of the library. So visit carnegielibrary.org for more information about that. So today, in this story time here in my dining room, we will be reading some books about astronauts and going to the moon. So our zoom, zoom, zoom song is going to have some extra meaning today. So let's sing it. Here we go. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. If you'd like to take a trip, climb aboard my rocket ship. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off! Excellent. And we are blasting off into our first book along with our friend Mae for Mae Among the Stars. This book is based on Dr. Mae Jemison, who is a real-life astronaut. So let's take a look. This is written by Roda Ahmed and illustrated by Stasha Barrington. And I am reading this book with permission from HarperCollins publishers. So thank you, HarperCollins. Let's take a look at the pictures. I love the pictures in this book. I just think they're lovely and they're wonderful. And look at this. So this is Mae Among the Stars. Right here, this is supposed to be an O, but instead it's what? It's a globe. It's the Earth. Mae Among the Stars. And here's our friend Mae. Look at that. She is tethered or attached to a rocket ship. And there's the Earth. Little Mae was a dreamer. They say that daydreamers never succeed, but little Mae was different. Oh, I don't like that they say daydreamers never succeed, right? I like to daydream very much. And I bet you do too, right? Yeah, we need daydreamers. They are the creative ones, and we'll see how successful our little Mae is. One day, Mae was working on an assignment for school about what she wanted to be when she grew up. Do you get that question a lot? I bet you do. When you meet a new grown-up or you see a grown-up that you haven't seen in a while, they're like, what do you want to be when you grow up? Probably get that question a lot, huh? Yeah. What will you tell them, Mae? I will tell them I want to see Earth. So there she is working and talking to her grown-ups. This is Earth, Mae, her mother said. The flowers, the grass, the forest, and the mountains. We live on Earth. I know, but I want to see Earth from up there. Where is she pointing? Yeah, she wants to see it from the moon and stars. That's an amazing plan, little Mae. Then you have to become an astronaut. That way, you can see Earth from space. Astronaut? Do you think I could do that? Do you think Mae could do that? Of course you can, if you can dream it, if you believe it, and work hard for it. Anything is possible. Mae asked her mom to take her to the library. Excellent idea, although I may be a little partial to that idea. Look at that great library. She searched for books about space and astronauts. We have lots of those. After dinner, Mae drew pictures of space, and she even made her own astronaut costume out of old orange curtains and cardboard boxes. Look at that. Although, kiddos, make sure you ask grown-up permission before you start cutting up any old curtains, just to be on the safe side. Later, she asked her dad, but how do I become an astronaut? It seems impossible. It is a good question. You will find your way, Mae, because if you dream it, and if you believe in it, and work hard for it, anything is possible. But space is so far away. It's closer than you think, little Mae, and you may get there sooner than you think. So what are they looking at here? Do you know? It's okay if you don't know. I'm going to tell you. This is a telescope. So people use a telescope to see out into space. It makes things very far away look very up close when you look through this little viewfinder or little, I don't know, viewfinder, I guess is the right word. So you would be able to see stars would look up close. You could see planets up close depending on how powerful your telescope is. They come in different levels, but they are looking through a telescope out at things in space. That night, Mae had a happy dream. Oh, looking at a telescope right before bed gave her good dreams. She was dancing in space, surrounded by billions of sparkling stars. Below her, she could see Earth floating and turning like a shining crystal ball. Very nice. The next morning, Mae told her parents about her dream. She wanted to tell everyone, and every time she talked about it, her eyes would light up. So here, who all is she telling? Can you see? Right there? Right? That might be her grandma or maybe an aunt. And then maybe they saw a friend in the grocery store, another grown-up that she wanted to tell. And there she's telling her cat. Cats can be good listeners, right? And here we are at her school. So this is where she's going to give her report and tell everybody. In the classroom, Miss Bell told everyone to stand in a line on the rug. Today, we are all going to share our dreams about the future. What do you want to be and what do you want to do when you grow up? Who wants to go first? So here's all our students, and I'm going to show you the picture a little closer because around each student there's like some drawing about what each of them wants to be. So our first student here wants to be, he says, I want to be a firefighter. I want to be a teacher. Football player. I want to be a mom. And what's Mae going to say? Right, that she wants to be an astronaut. She says, I want to go to space. I want to be an astronaut. What do you think her teacher's going to say to that? That's a little bit of a trick question I just asked you, kiddos, and I will tell you why. Because Mae grew up in a time where people were not all treated as equally as they should be, based on the color of a person's skin or based on if they are a boy or a girl. People were treated differently, and that's not the right thing to do, and that's not the kind thing to do, but that's what was happening back when Mae was going to school. So let's see what her teacher says. All the kids started laughing. Oh my goodness, we were so worried about what the teacher was going to say, we didn't think about the other kids. That's not kind, right? We don't want to laugh at other people's dreams. Miss Bell asked, Mae, are you sure you want to be a nurse? Nursing would be a good profession for someone like you. Now, while those words may sound kind, the meaning behind them is not kind. And maybe Miss Bell is not trying to be mean, like she's not purposefully being mean, but sometimes we're mean when we don't even know we're being mean. And I think that's what's happening here, is Miss Bell is putting our friend Mae into a category that she doesn't belong, that nobody belongs, right? Anybody can be an astronaut. Anybody can be a nurse. There's no prerequisite, or there's no right astronaut. There's no right nurse. But back when Mae was a kid, a lot of people had that thinking that this type of person has to do this and this type of person has to do that. And that was not necessarily the right way to think, and it was not the kind way to think. I don't want to be a nurse. I want to be an astronaut. Good for you, Mae. But look what happens in this picture. Oh, we went from nice, colorful pictures to this. Why do you think that is? Because she's not happy right now. Mae felt very disappointed. On her way home from school, Mae was quiet. She looked out the car window. Her world turned blue and cold. Nothing was the way it used to be. Poor Mae. At home, Mae started crying. Miss Bell said I can't become an astronaut. What a silly thing to say, said her mother. She told me I should be a nurse instead, said Mae. Her mom wiped away her tears. My dear Mae, I hope you didn't believe her. Of course I believed her. She's my teacher. I'm sorry Miss Bell didn't encourage you, but she can't stop you. No one can stop you. Follow your dream, Mae, and go to space. So there she is. And I'm sure her mom was just as sad as Mae was to hear that her teacher said that. Thank you, Mom. I promise when I get to space, I will wave to you and Dad from the spaceship. There we go. All the colors are back. I love it. Good job, Mom. Her mom took her hand and they started dancing. You must always repeat to yourself, if I can dream it, if I can believe in it, and if I work hard for it, anything is possible. There they are, doing their dance party. A lot of things can be solved by an impromptu dance party. Mae went on dreaming, believing, and working really hard. And guess what? What? Yep! She went to space and waved to her mom and dad on Earth. There she is, all grown up, when she became Dr. Mae Jemison. So this last page gives us a little bit of information. I won't read the whole thing, but if you decide you want to take this book, check this book out, you can certainly read all of this. So she grew up in Decatur, Alabama, and she graduated from Morgan Park High School. She went off to college at just 16 years old, which is early, and it's because she was so smart. And she later went to Cornell Medical College and became a doctor. And then she became an astronaut, and she was, let's take a look down here. So she became the first African-American female astronaut, and on September 12, 1992, Mae's dream finally came true when she traveled to space on the Shuttle Endeavour mission STS-47. It was then that Mae officially became the first African-American woman in space. She later left NASA and then became a character on the Star Trek Next Generation TV show, and now she heads the Jemison Group and the Dorothy Jemison Foundation for Excellence, and she speaks 4 languages. She speaks English, right? Russian, Japanese, and Swahili. Very good. Excellent. I love Mae Jemison. She is fantastic. So, did that inspire you to want to go to the moon? Yeah? So let's pretend. We can't actually go to the moon right now, but we sure can pretend to go to the moon, right? So we are going to go in a space shuttle, and then we're going to get our spacesuit on and our boots, and then we're going to go out on the moon. When we go out on the moon and bounce up and down, we kind of float, because here on Earth there's gravity kind of keeping us onto the ground, but on the moon there isn't, so you kind of float around. So this is to the tune of My Little Red Wagon, if you're familiar with that. And so let's get into our space shuttle here, okay? And now I'm going to stay seated for the whole song, but you do not have to. You can get up and move around as much as you like. So here we go. Ready? Bumping up and down in my little space shuttle, bumping up and down in my little space shuttle, bumping up and down in my little space shuttle. Won't you go to the moon with me? Okay, we made it. Let's get our spacesuit on. My spacesuit's on and my boots are too. My spacesuit's on and my boots are too. My spacesuit's on and my boots are too. Won't you go to the moon with me? All right, let's open up our space shuttle door and go out on the moon. And we go out on the moon and we bounce up and down. We go out on the moon and we bounce up and down. We go out on the moon and we bounce up and down. Won't you come to the moon with me? Very good. That was fun, friends. So grown-up songs like the one we just sang actually teach your child how things work. So you need to wear a spacesuit and boots to go to the moon. You float on the moon. You need a space shuttle to get there. All of that is considered general knowledge. Your child is going to need a wealth of general knowledge when they start school, and general knowledge can help expedite reading comprehension when they become a reader. So feel free to change up lyrics to songs that you already know or ones that you're learning to help incorporate some more general knowledge. For example, you could be bumping up and down in your little red tractor and talk about where your food comes from, or farm animals and farm animal noises. You could also be bumping up and down in your little bulldozer and learn about construction and how things are built. So to let your child's interest be your guide and have a lot of fun with it. All right, let's get back to reading some books. So our next book is Mousetronaut. So we read about Dr. Mae Jemison that became an astronaut, but now we have a Mousetronaut. This is by astronaut Mark Kelly and illustrated by C.F. Payne. And this is, oh, I like these end papers. Look at that. Very good. And this is based on a partially true story. So this is still a little bit of fiction, but it's based on something that actually happened. And I'm reading this with permission from Simon & Schuster Books for Young Readers. So here are our astronauts. The space shuttle is set for launch, and the astronauts are doing their last-minute training to prepare for the mission. NASA is sending some special guests for this flight, and they are training too. Who are they sending? The mice. One mouse is smaller than all the rest. His name is Meteor. The other mice know he won't be chosen for this important mission, but someone has his eye on Meteor, and he's impressed with the little mouse's hard work. Look at our friend there working hard. The shuttle commander announces that 6 mice will be selected for the flight. He picks 5 of the biggest, strongest mice. But for the 6th spot, to everyone's surprise, he chooses Meteor. All 6 are taken to their new home, a special cage called the Mouse Hotel. The other mice are nervous as the countdown begins, but not Meteor. Here we go. We're going to count down to liftoff. Are you ready? We're going to count backwards from 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff! Look at that. At first, the mice are pressed flat against the cage by the power of the launch, but then the pressure goes away. The other mice cling to their cage in terror, but not Meteor. He loves the feeling of weightlessness. Hey, little guy, the commander says, you're a natural, a real live Mousetronaut. Meteor is taken from his cage and gets a tour of the shuttle. He can even see the Earth way off in the distance. That's the Earth right there. The astronauts are all very busy during their 14-day flight. There are spacewalks to take and experiments to conduct, but what can Meteor do to help? The astronauts are getting worried, but as they... Oh, I think we skipped a page. No, we didn't. We did. Oh my goodness, these pages are sticky in this book. Here we go. Sorry about that, guys. Then, while answering an email, one of the astronauts notices the key to the control panel stuck between the monitors. When he tries to get it out, it accidentally gets wedged down further. Have you ever had that happen to you? Something's stuck and you're trying to get it, and you make it worse? This isn't good, says the commander. We need that key back. One astronaut tries to move the monitor. It doesn't budge. Another slips her fingers into the crack, but the key is stuck down too deep. One even tries pushing it out with a long piece of metal, but with no luck. No one can reach it. The astronauts are getting worried, but as they discuss the problem, a tiny figure has an idea. Being the smallest isn't a bad thing, Meteor says to himself. Maybe I can be useful on this flight. There he is. He's peeking in there. Meteor squeezes his way into the crack. The space is dark and cramped, but Meteor spots the key and tugs at it with all his might. Look at how tiny he can make himself. And there's the key. Do you see it? Hey, look at what our tiny friend has done, the commander says. He saved the mission. When the shuttle returns to Earth, Meteor is declared a hero. He's even given a brand new uniform and an official title, Mousetronaut. There he is. Can you see him? All the astronauts cheer and applaud, but Meteor is already thinking about his next big mission. Very good. And here in the back is some more information about the space mission that Meteor went on. So if you would be interested in checking this book out, you could look at that information as well. So if those have inspired you, if those books have inspired you to learn more about space and the stars and the planets, that is great. If you would love to visit Hoopla, it is one of my favorite e-resources that we have with Carnegie Library. It is where you can check out ebooks and audiobooks. I think there's even some television shows and some movies. But what I love about Hoopla is that whatever you see when you log on there and take a look, it is available right then and there. Sometimes with Overdrive or Libby or other e-resource apps, you sometimes have to be on a hold list and you have to wait a few weeks, but with Hoopla, whatever you see is available right then and there. Hoopla is available through our website, carnegielibrary.org. You can go in there and just type Hoopla into that search bar at the top, or you can download the Hoopla app for any of your mobile devices. And you do need a library card to use Hoopla, so if you don't have one, you can go to our website and there'll be a little chat box there and you can type in that you need a library card and there'll be a librarian at the other end that can help make that happen for you. So there are lots of great nonfiction titles. So we read fiction books today. There are nonfiction titles which are informational texts about all the planets, the sun, the moon, the stars, the earth, all that kind of good stuff. Because let me tell you, grown-ups, young children are able to absorb an amazing amount of information on a topic that interests them, often knowing more about that topic than we do. So by taking advantage of their eagerness to learn, you can help expand their scientific knowledge. So reading nonfiction materials can help fuel your child's natural curiosity to learn, and it gives you the opportunity to learn right along with them side by side, demonstrating a love for lifelong learning. So be sure to not exclude nonfiction texts when you're picking out books together. Okay, so we read our story. It is time for our felt board rhyme. And I love this one. Here we go. Friends, look, they're moons. And then we have a little space shuttle. Oh, so fun. So if you have been watching these story times and you saw my cat story time, we did a similar felt board rhyme where it was a mouse and some houses, and the mouse was hiding and we had to find the house. And I had mentioned that you could do this a bunch of different ways with different themes. And so this is, I'm holding myself to my own word. Here we are going to say, space shuttle, we'll see you soon. You're hiding behind the, you tell me which color, moon. And we have to find our space shuttle. Okay? So what color moons do we have? We have gray, purple, green, very good, blue, my favorite color, yes, and pink. All right, so I'm going to hide the space shuttle. No peeking, you sneaky sneakers. I know how you guys can be. All right, I'm just teasing. You are all wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful kiddos. Here we go. All right. So, where's our space shuttle? Space shuttle, we'll see you soon. You're hiding behind the, what color? Purple? Okay, purple moon. All right. Let's try again. Space shuttle, we'll see you soon. You're hiding behind the pink? Pink moon. No. Oh. Space shuttle, we'll see you soon. You're hiding behind the blue moon. There it is. Let's do one more time. I'm going to hide our space shuttle again. Again, no peeking, friends. One more time. We'll see if you can find our space shuttle. So here's our moons. Space shuttle, we'll see you soon. You're hiding behind the gray moon. Okay. Space shuttle, we'll see you soon. You're hiding behind the, what color haven't we picked yet? Green? Green. Yeah. Oh, green moon. No. One more try. Space shuttle, we'll see you soon. You're hiding behind the... Purple? Purple moon. There's our space shuttle. Excellent finding, friends. Very good. Like I said, you can make that game out of paper. You don't have to have fancy felt. That felt's very fancy, but you can make that out of paper and have that around to play anytime you like. It's a lot of fun, and you can make it out of anything, like any theme that you can think of. So let's see what we did today. We sang hello and worked on our opposites. We zoomed to the moon. We read about little Dr. Mae Jennison. We went to the moon in our space shuttle. We learned about Mousetronaut. We found our space shuttle on our felt board, so now it's time to say goodbye. And our goodbye song is just like our hello song, except we're saying goodbye instead of hello. Let's get started. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as loudly as we can. Goodbye! Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as quietly as we can. Goodbye. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as high as we can. Goodbye! Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as low as we can. Goodbye. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as quickly as we can. Goodbye. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as slowly as we can. Goodbye. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as nicely as we can. Goodbye. Thanks so much for joining me, friends. I hope you stay safe. Remember to wash your hands, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.